Jai Shri Gurudev. Hello everyone. This is Ravi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, BGS IMS, Chikbalapur. I am here to explain the problem number 5 in income tax, that is in the head income from salary. Let me explain the question. Mr. Mallanna, a production manager of an industrial unit of a company in Chennai. That is very important. For the calculation HRA and RFA, you should keep in mind it is a metropolitan city and the population in the Chennai more than 15 lakhs. Okay, the particulars of his salary, income are as under. The information regarding his salary is given below. One by one, let me explain. Basic salary rupees 15,000 per month. So how it is taxable? 15,000 into 12. And nextly, dearness allowances given under terms of employment rupees 5,000 per month. So it is also same. So in the bracket they are given under terms of employment. It means the entire dearness allowances is allowed for the calculation of retirement benefits, if any. So here 5,000 into 12 will be the taxable amount of DA. And next entertainment allowances. So entertainment allowances also fully taxable, that is 1,000 per month, 1,000 into 12. If the assessee is government employee, deduction is allowed under section 16. But in this question, he is not a government employee. And next, medical allowances. So medical allowances also is fully taxable. So 500 into 12 months. And next, HRA rupees 4,000 per month. So for the calculation of HRA, first you should know that HRA is partially taxable, partially exempted. So I'll let you know how to calculate the taxable portion of HRA. And nextly, rent paid for the house is 5,000 per month. So it is also taken into consideration for the calculation of HRA. And next, car of rupees 1.2 liter capacity provided by employer for a private and official use, and employer meets car expenses. Okay, so here 1.2 liter, why it is important? 1.6 liter or more than 1.6 liter capacity car is considered as big car. Less than 1.6 liters capacity is a small car. So here 1.2 liters capacity, which means it is small car. So small car is provided by the employer for a private as well as for official use, and all the expenses are met by the employer. Employer meets expenses of car. So that here you should taken into consideration small car. So amount 1,800 plus 900 into 12. And nextly, he and his employer each, he means assessee, his employer each, so both of them contribute 15% of salary to RPF. RPF means rent free recognized provident fund. So both of them contributed to RPF account, that is 15% of salary. So how it is taxable? To the extent of 12% of salary it is exempted, and the balance 3% is taxable. Okay, I repeat, he and his employer contribute 15% of salary to RPF. The RPF contribution to RPF, it is taxable in excess of 12% of salary, which means up to 12% of salary it is exempted. Excess of 12% of salary, that is in this question 3%, excess 15% is given. Excess of 12% means it will be 3%. So 3% will be taxable. Compute income under the head salary. Now let me explain the answer for this question. So first you have to write as usual computation of taxable salary income. Assessee name. So assessee name is Mr. Mallanna, and the status, residential status is resident. Assessment year is 2019-20. Previous year is 2018-19. So here is the answer. So first one is basic salary. So basic salary, how much is given? 15,000. So 15,000 per month. So 15,000 into 12, it will be 1,80,000 per annum. And dearness allowances, that is 5,000 per month is given. 5,000 into 12, it will be 60,000 per annum. And thirdly, entertainment allowances. So entertainment allowances is fully taxable. 1,000 rupees per month is given. So 1,000 into 12, it will be 12,000 per annum. And fourthly, D point, medical allowances. So medical allowances is fully taxable. So per month 500 is given. So 500 into 12, per annum it will be 6,000 rupees. And next main calculation in this question is HRA calculation. HRA means house rent allowances. So house rent allowance calculation. So here is the format, and that format is included in the answer. Even you can show this calculation as a ನೋಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ actual, first you have to consider actual HRA received. Actual HRA received is 48,000. In the question that amount is given 48,000, and less least of the following. So you have to consider 3 points. One is actual HRA received, second one is rent paid minus 10% of salary, and third one is 50% of salary. Why it is 50%? Why not 40%? 50% is taken because the house is located in Chennai and the employee resides in Chennai, so that 50% of salary should be considered. Instead, if Chennai not given, if Bangalore is given, 40% of salary should be considered. If Allahabad is given, 40% of salary should be considered. See, in the 4 places, 4 metropolitan cities, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, in these 4 places, instead of 40%, you should consider 50% of salary for the calculation of HRA, so that the place is very important. So now let me explain this. So first, actual HRA received, that is 48,000, less list of the following. First one, actual HRA received as it is, so 48,000. Next, rent paid minus 10% of salary. Rent paid is 60,000. So 60,000, how comes this 60,000? Mr. Employee has paid 5,000 per month as a rent. So 5,000 into 12, it is 60,000. And 24,000, how comes this 24,000? In the sense, so 10% of salary. For the calculation of salary for the HRA, you should take into consideration 4 items. One is basic salary, second one is dearness allowances, third one is dearness pay, and lastly commission. So these 4 items should be considered, but in this question only basic salary and dearness allowances is given. So basic salary is 1,80,000, dearness allowances is 60,000. So if you add both of that, you will get a 2,40,000. So 2,40,000 into 10%, it will be 24,000. So 60,000 minus 24,000, you got 36,000. And lastly, 50% of salary. 50% of salary, again here salary meaning the same things, basic salary, dearness allowances. 1,80,000 plus 60,000, so that is 2,40,000 into 50%, you will get a 1,20,000. So least in these 3 items, 48, 36 or 1,20,000, least of these is 36,000. Deduct that 36,000 from 48,000. So you will get a amount of rupees 12,000 as a taxable HRA. And next item is small car is provided. That is 1.2 liter capacity car is provided to the employee. So small car in the sense, calculations is 1,800. So in all the questions they'll definitely give car is provided for both official and personal purpose, and the expenses met by the company or employer. In that cases, 1,800 plus 900 for a small car, 2,400 plus 900 for big car. So here small car, so that you have to consider 1,800 plus 900, that is 2,700 into 12, you will get a 32,400. And last one is employer contribution to RPF in excess of 12% of salary. Why you have to consider only excess of 12% of salary? In the sense, so in the question 15% of salary is given. Okay, 15% of salary is contributed to the RPF, but up to 12% is exempted. Up to 12% is exempted, and excess of 12% is taxable. So excess in this question, excess percentage is 3. So it means, so 15% minus 12%, that is 3%. So meaning of salary, same thing, 2,40,000 basic salary and dearness allowances, 1,80,000 plus 60,000, that is 2,40,000 into 3%, you'll get 7,200 as a taxable RPF amount. So if you add all these items, you'll get a 3,09,600 as a gross salary. In that you have to deduct deductions under section 16. So under section 16, the same things will come as a deductions. First is standard deduction, that is 40,000. Entertainment allowances, as it is applicable only for the government employee. And lastly, professional tax, if paid, professional tax paid by employer as well as professional tax paid by employee should be considered as a deduction, but in this question no professional tax is given, so total deduction is 40,000. And if you deduct that 40,000 from 3,09,600, you'll get a 2,69,600 as a taxable income from salary. So this is the answer. I hope you understand. Thank you all. Jai Shri Gurudev.